A common misconception that a lot of guys have thanks to popular media and propaganda. I know it sounds kind of extreme to call it propaganda, but let's be honest, it's kind of what it is, right? A common misconception is that you have to be this super loud, boisterous captain all the time. What does captain mean? It means you have to be the center of attention to be liked and in this case what I'm talking about, to gain attraction of women. But in all reality, here's how introverted men win with women. And first of all, just because you're silent doesn't mean every chick is going to come to you and drop your pants. You're still going to have basic ass conversation. I'm going to get into all that. First of all, this is a Tarik Talks Midnight podcast. Sit down, relax, and enjoy. See, the way that introverted men win with women is, they have a very calming presence. They have a very cool presence. And the thing about it is, if you are introverted, but you have your sex appeal on point, aka the body game. Okay, shout out Ron Wills, aka when we talk about sex appeal, we're also talking about attitude wise, right? You have a very cool, calm, and collected demeanor for the most part, right? And there's different archetypes of women that like different things. Yes, this is true. But I can tell you from firsthand experience that most women would like a guy to be a little more cooler, calmer. Why is this? Because it shows strength. You're not doing much. See, you're not doing much, and it's showing strength because, no offense to my extroverted men, because if you're extroverted, more power to you. Those guys, some of them get plenty of play, and I've seen it, right? But the thing about guys that are introverted, with them being so quiet, it gives off an air of they have nothing to prove, right? Sometimes when you're a little too loud, sometimes when you're a little too boisterous, when you try to make one too many jokey jokes and make the whole room laugh, it gives off an air of I need validation. That's just in general. It's a general statement in all generalities. Not saying that it's true, but in generalities, this is the type of vibe that you're giving off, is that you're trying to appease to everyone. Now, guys that are more quieter, right? Women like that, like I said, because it's cool and calm and it's confident. You're not doing too much. You're not trying to seek her validation. And what men that are introverted will notice, okay, some, not all, but for the most part, they'll notice that the woman they're interacting with will start trying to somewhat validate herself. Now, this is more in line with the male-female dynamic, okay? It just works better that way. And a lot of women will deny this and they'll get offended and they'll say, only needy women need validation. That's not true, because in a woman's nature, just deep down in her DNA and her biology, right? If it's a feminine woman, she's going to seek validation. And humans in general, men and women, we both love validation, right? But with women, it's somewhat different. It's kind of different. They need it. It's like something that they internally need. Because men, let's just be honest, we don't really get validated like that. And to be honest, we're okay with it for the most part. It's nice. It feels nice when you get a compliment. It feels nice when you're told that you're, handsome, or, whatever the case might be. But, it's cool. We could do with or without. See, with women, it's different. That's why they wear all that makeup. That's why they post all them pictures online and stuff like that for validation. Okay. And by you being silent, by you not necessarily silent. Let me not say silent, because like I alluded to, first of all, let me talk about that real quick. By you being introverted, a woman is going to notice you, okay? Woman is going to notice you. And like I said, your sex appeal has to somewhat be on point. Let's not fake. Let's not fraud. Let's not act like we're fucking stupid here. If you are on the more silent type, then your sex appeal better be on point, right? It better be better than the average. Because that's like Ron Wills and other channels say, that's the bait. Your physique, the way you carry yourself, the way you walk, the way you move, that's your bait. Then she's going to look at you, right? And she's going to notice that you're kind of more on the quiet side. Okay, she's going to notice you're more on the quiet side, and she's going to probably look at you. She's going to probably be thinking to herself, hell, sometimes she might spark the conversation. Yes, it does happen. It does happen. Not much, like I said, but it does happen. And she's going to be throwing you signals. And that's when you go and, maybe say, hey, how you doing, right? So that way you show her that you're cool, you're approachable. Bam, that's it. That's all you need to do. There was nothing about you jumping up and down, trying to be Kevin Hart, right? See, it's with a lot of guys, I call it the Kevin Hart syndrome. And nothing against him. He's probably a good guy, right? He's probably a cool guy. But with him, you'll notice he has this pleaser mentality, right? He tries to be super funny. He tries to please everyone. And yes, granted, he is an actor, but nevertheless, Kevin Hart syndrome. Okay. And she noticed that you're not like that. You're not like every other single guy. Because I'm telling you this, fellas, from observation, almost every guy will go into Kevin Hart mode. They'll go into, I got to joke. I got to crack 1 billion jokes. I got to be super loud. I got to get her attention. I have to constantly be loud. I have to constantly be popular. Okay. She notices you're not like that, and she likes that. You have a low profile. You're very mature. Okay. You're real mature. She sees that you can keep your mouth fucking shut. She sees that you're not blabbing all the time. She sees you're low key. And that's another thing that's very sexy to women, is that you're low key. You don't blab your mouth. So if you guys do, get into it, right? If you guys do something, she can be like, okay, he's probably not going to talk about it. Okay. But back to what I was saying, that need for validation, that's inherently what a woman does. And when a guy is quiet, right, she doesn't know what his thoughts are. She doesn't know what his feelings are. Okay. She can't read him. He's mysterious. So what's going to happen is she's going to try to validate herself, which is, like I said, completely natural. Fellas, let me tell you something. Whether you like it or not, a good balance between a man and a woman is the woman talking way more than the man. Now, you might say this is switching up your... I'm not telling you to switch up your personality, because first of all, this is a video for introverts, right? For men more on the introverted side, so they can relate. But it's always better if the woman is talking more, because guess what? That's just naturally how it is any fucking way. Women love to talk, and they love to talk often, and they love to talk about every and any fucking thing. So it just works out naturally like that, right? And the thing about it is, a guy that's quiet, like I said, it all goes back to, it's sort of in an odd sense, it's hard for me to kind of convey it into words, but being silent is an action all in itself. It's kind of metaphysical. It's like an action all in itself. You being silent and disciplined and more on the reserve side is an action in itself, because most people aren't disciplined. Most people don't reserve their words. Most people don't think before they speak. And I hope that made sense to y'all. Okay, I hope that made sense to y'all. But this is why being somewhat reserved shows strength, because you can reserve yourself. And Women will respect you, right? Because what is more important than love? Respect. And I'm gonna tell you this right now, fellas. Guys who are super, and like I said, I know this seems like I'm taking digs and I'm taking jabs at extroverted men. I'm really not, fellas. I swear to God, I'm not. I'm just telling you from observation. From observation, guys who are super jokey all the time. Once again, going back to the Kevin Hart syndrome, right? Not never taking anything seriously, always super goofy, always trying super hard to get validation from the woman, right? First of all, two things are gonna happen. Number one, he's gonna say stupid shit, right? He's more likely to come off a little more. He's gonna, some of the things that the female might ask, he's gonna be asking them like, "Hey, do you like me? Hey, do you find me attractive?" Shit like that. And I'm gonna make another video about this, about how you should never seek validation as a man. Okay. But more likely to say stupid shit like that, and more likely to say stupid shit in general. Okay. Second, you're not gonna get taken as seriously. Like I said, respect comes before love. And she's gonna respect you and what you have to say twice as much if you spare your words, if you think about what the fuck you're saying, if you're not so free with what you're saying and your jokes and how much you're trying to make her laugh. See, look, the thing about it is, having great conversation is just that. It's great. But don't overdo it. Like I just said earlier, you always want her to be talking more. And when you do talk, you're gonna be charming. Of course, you need to have basic conversation skills. Okay? You have a charming side to you. You are funny, but you're not goofy. You're charming. You're talking to her, you're having a nice convo, but you're not overdoing shit. She's doing way more of the talking, right? And this is how, like I said, my introverts can relate, but this is usually how it works out. And I know some men can relate. Okay. Anyway, with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed.